zeros, good about warrant, okay, 1721 JNW. Ready, over. -46, good about warrant, okay, 1722 JNW. Ready, over. -41, good about warrant, 1722 JNW.
That's over. CN detector, mile 55.5. Southbound, no defects. Length of train 9274. Temperature 72 F. Total axle 660. Speed 18. Detector out. No defects. Total axle 370. Total
Northeast dispatcher.
Hey, dispatcher, NS4214 over.
NS4214, go ahead, over.
Yeah, if you can get us a warrant, keep us rolling, over.
Yeah, I'll send one over now. And then, I did call Oak Creek, they have inbound 1 open.
Okay, copy that. Inbound 1 for Oak Creek. And also, when you order the cab, can you put it in there to have us return back to Proviso, over?
I will double check with the corridor to make sure, since he's the one that needs to approve that, but yeah.
Yeah, roger that. Doesn't hurt to ask him or just throw that out there for us, over.
I will do.
Hey, well, I got you. I got track 1 number 71-09, over.
Ready for 71-09.
Got track 1 number 71-09 to the NS4214. Xbox 3, proceed from control point E053 to control point E067 on the main track, Kenosha Subdivision. 1 box is marked 3. Okay, that's 1726, 1726, dispatcher JNW, over.
Alright, trip 1 number 71-09 is good about warrant, good okay time 1726 JNW.
Copy that, track 1 number 71-09, good about warrant. Thank you, dispatcher.
Thank you. Switch up.
Matt. That guy with the mail suit, that's my boy Aaron. Man, that's my boy Aaron here in your car. 2616. No, N-O. Lay flags for TBN number 8149. Oh. 2616, correct.
Ends are great.
Take it easy, my boy. Boy, this is foreign country over here. I don't even know what I'm doing.
You're doing a good job there. You stay up here. I'll talk to you.
Alright.
Freight calling Metra 2615, over. Stopping at Deerfield as we speak, sir. Freight call Metra 2615, over. Keep rolling. I'll work around you. Keep rolling. I appreciate we're into Lake Forest West now.
Not bad, Andrew. I just saw saw my boy Aaron on the platform and called you his name.
Sure did.
Mr. Tower 85, San Francisco Ochoa, over. Hot Rail Line 1, over.
CPKC dispatcher, Garcia, over. CPKC dispatcher, Foreman Gonzalez, over. CPKC dispatcher to the foreman, putting up the speed restrictions, over. Alright, let's go on.
I'll give you a call when we get to
Well, back in the road. Canceled at 17:30. The out of service.
CP Northeast dispatcher.
Fine, it's 23 knots.
Goodbye, Lake Forest. Safe trip. Thanks, I appreciate it. Good night.
Correct, and then once I'm back, I'm going to copy to 3.2 to milepost 24.1.
Hey, you just got 4 open? Got 4 open? Alright, 5.
KCSM 4542 South, go ahead.
1009. Parking train approaching.
1009 is operative. Understand you are a key train today. Signal indication track 2. The opening I've got here is, well, honestly, this one's a bit slim. The next decently sized window I've got is about an 1815 to an 1845.
Alright, 1815, alright, copy.
Alright, thank you. Switch up.
KCCM dispatchers on the 820 tower, over. The KCCM dispatcher, Foreman Perez, over.
You guys have a good one. Northeast dispatcher.
Afternoon, dispatcher, Metra 819.
Metra 819. On arrival at Kenosha, permission to cross 1 to 2, return to Metra 824.
It's 819 Kenosha, okay to cross 1 to 2, head back south, 824.
That is correct. Dispatch up.
KCCM dispatcher, Metra 2617, over. Do you want to give me a Charlotte Glen view, over? By the way, the KCCM on.
Track 339, we have the 60 coming out, making noise for the people here.
KCCM dispatcher, Metra 2617, over. You tried calling me on the phone, over. Over. KCCM dispatcher, Amtrak 339, over.
Amtrak 339, answering over.
You comply with the signal change at Truesdale, over.
Roger, 339, west on 1, main track 1, can comply with the signal change at Truesdale. Did you say Truesdale west, over?
Yeah, that's correct. 1340 is just leaving Milwaukee. I'll probably take you down there at Truesdale, over.
Okay, roger that, no worries. 1340 just leaving Milwaukee, you're going to try to keep us moving. Appreciate it, Brett, over.
KCCM out.
Comply with the signal change to west. 1340 is just leaving now. Rest of the try to process over just to keep us moving, over. I didn't see your friends there.
Right, 30 ahead.
Didn't copy that then, over. Listening for the horn, okay. Oh, that's sweet. Roger, thanks. The back. I hear you for a minute and then you're a little muffled, over. Dispatcher 19, over. 7947, go ahead, over. Sam 68-68 will come through the BTC. 68-68 is good. PTC release, over. 35-28 displayed, over. track 135-28 to DP 7947. I was going to brief and agree. Their entire train is clear the limits, no switches were used in these limits. Show limits 40 clear on 35-28 at 1805-1805 by Howard, Dispatcher J&W. That is correct. Do need you guys to acknowledge that last release, but I think that you said that you guys were tying up in Butler tonight because you're going to go up there, work, and turn the corner there. Alright, you said that.
Tower 85, too much of 2616, over. I'm going to be unable to give you a signal there at 85. Number 165 actual 4, no alarm. 7 miles, 36.8 out.
Amtrak reaching 9 west on 1, no defect 36 ID, approaching Wadsworth, no further restrictions, over.
Tower 5, after stopping, you have already passed one signal display stop indication. At Tower 5, 2 main and 2 main, each direction, over. After stopping at signal indication, signal A5, 2 main. That is all correct. Thank you, Tower 85 out.
See desk 11 over TC. Go ahead, over. North of Barrington. Okay, here we go. See ya.
CPKC State of Dispatcher, Metra 2617, over. You go to 1 to 2 at Lake Forest, correct, over? Can the engineer comply with the signal change at Deerfield, over? And I'll switch it up here, over. So I have to go west to Lake Forest, west, over? Alright, I'll change it up here, over. CPKC State of Dispatch out. I have to ask because I don't want somebody saying I dropped the signal in their face, over. Dispatch out.
North, level 55, 1103, 56.5, 56.7, 40 mph in a main home.
10 detector, mile 55.5. Northbound.
Northeast dispatcher. 694, go ahead. Give me just a minute. I've got a CP that you'll see go by you. If you don't see him soon, you will. Go by you there at Bryn Mawr, and then whenever he's past you, I'll right up your point to you there.
Of train 9818, temperature 68 F, total axle 440, speed 40, detector out.
detector, mile 36.8 PM west, number 1,65 axle 20, no alarm. Lake 377, mile 36.8 out.
Amtrak 1340, east on 1 over sector 36.8, no defects. Next restriction, we got that 60 round out.
CPKC CDM, dispatcher, roundout tower, over.
It's 2618, over.
Head over.
I'm assuming you're running 1340 around us?
There should be coming down here momentarily, over.
Okay, I don't know if you've worked better evenings before, but usually they cross over at Deerfield so we can make our stops before we get there, and then they'll be well clear of us, over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't have that, over.
I kind of figured that. It's usually a different dispatcher every Saturday, so it's always a learning experience.
Well, he's should be clear here less than 5 minutes, over.
I see him.
Should be even quicker than that. Amtrak 1340, we got an approach diverging to a diverging clear. 2-1, Lake Forest West.
Joys of working different shifts, over.
No problem.
CPKC CDM, dispatcher. CDM, dispatcher, Metra 2621, over. Curious if
CPKC CNM dispatcher, forming ready, over. CPKC CNM dispatcher, forming ready, over. Yeah, question, you got switches within your form B there in Deerfield, over. 1 and 3 switch, over. And I will put a block up on those switches, make sure, we do not throw them over. Hey, people are coming in and out right there, Joe
Ahí un poquito. Northeast dispatch, over. 810's on 2, switches restore Kenosha.
Yeah, 57, go ahead. Alright, okay, I had a milepost when disengaged in your TGBO number. Alright, copy that, 63, and where you stand at now, just came back, active sales. Alright, copy that. Thanks a lot for that info, we'll make a ticket out for it, and any other issues, just turn us back up, over. I copy that, thanks. And we'll see you.
Over. Right over. Yeah, alright. Northeast dispatch, B5762 south, over. Alright, signal indication south of Shermer. They're ready for you. We'll go all the way through the Val. I have a window till 9:40 to clear, so plenty of time. George? Expected clearance now at 9 a.m. I will get you my classification.
You cut out there, 3016. Now I can. Okay, what milepost did it, shut down at? Okay, I have your TGBO number. Alright, copy that, 9931, milepost 51.1, TO shut down. You tried to reinitialize and came back with an error message, destination unknown, is that correct? Alright, copy that. Are you more than 35 miles out from where you first initialized? Alright, copy that. Alright, to proceed there, manual JS, jump start for initials there, and we'll create a ticket for the event on. Yeah, you do say, MCL. CNRTC, that's 11, home of the 8957 South, go ahead, over. They said 9 o'clock, over. That's correct, over.
Start answering over. Yeah, AMTK 519, go ahead for PTC, over. Okay, signal when unknown, is that a PTC, correct? Yeah, you betcha, I appreciate that, guys. So it did stay clear in the field the whole time, it just went unknown in PTC, correct? Okay, yeah, very good. We'll have a look at the wayside and see if we can figure out what's going on there, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks for turning that in. Have a safe rest of your day. PTC over. CPKC, CNM dispatcher, forming reading, over. Can you give CPCNM dispatcher a call, over? Did you copy, over? Can you copy my radio, over? CPKCNM dispatcher, forming Perez, over. Disregard, over. NOC to the CN 8957, command, over. 957 just had a HPTA update showing you running 3 and 8 there. Is that correct, though? Oh, okay, copy that. Only had 2 motors. All right, copy that. Disregard this HPTA as it still shows you with the 4 locomotives, so disregard those. All right, copy that. Thanks a lot. We'll see you.
Copy radio, over. Amtrak 331, westbound 1, Perez, started Form B, 157, for 2 mile limits, no need to stop. Left flight post from Alpha Point up east. Many equipment service at Max C1 section, 3535 MPH, and many equipment near Shermer Crossing, over. Amtrak 331, all clear to that repeat from Perez out.
Roger that. Pair of 60s, if we stay on 2 Form Bs and item 3.
Very nice.
Approach.
Ready to copy, you said?
Amtrak 2 at Deerfield West. Over. Amtrak 332, riding up. Responding, Foreman Reading, going to be crossing over within your limits at Deerfield West 2 to 1. That is correct. We just came to a stop west of Deerfield West, way 331 close off. Alright, Amtrak 332, coming into eastbound, entering your limits, Amtrak number 2 crossing over 2 to 1 at Deerfield West and continuing on at 1. Roger that. Amtrak 332 eastbound, Amtrak number 2 crossing over at Deerfield West 2 to 1. Continuing on, understand. Point ready, that we have pursued your point B, track roll number 81, 154, milepost 22.2, milepost 24.6, maximum authorized speed. No stop required, no stop at the red board at 24.6 on Main Street on your limits. And we have one exception of 25 to 5 MPH at milepost 24.2. Good receive, Amtrak 332 going 2 to 1. Thank you, sir. Amtrak 332. Amtrak
60, main 1, thanks.
Okay to high ball 332. Thank you, sir. 332. Track 332 east on main track number 1, calling Foreman Perez, over.
Coming back.
Get over. Track 332 east on main track number 1, and we'll be leaving your limits, crossing over to 2 at 820. Track 332 east on 1, understand, Foreman Perez, that we have permission to your Form B for track bolted number 81578157, between milepost 20.3 and milepost 22.5, maximum authorized speed, no stop required, no stop at the red board at 22.5 to enter your limits on track number 1. Except for one exception of 35 MPH at Shermer Road crossing, past the men and equipment, and everyone will be in the clear for limits east on 1, leaving your limits at 820. Good on the repeat. Thank you, Foreman Perez. 332. Amtrak 332, main track number 2. Guidance 3 at Texas Road, track both 8160.
CPKC, random dispatch on the roundout tower.
The flaggers are in place on both sides. Both directions are protected. Location maximum authorized speed. Track both in 8160 over.
7 minutes. Understood. Thank you. Dispatch route.
Track 332 out.
CPKC, random dispatch, Amtrak 332 over.
Track 332. We have a conversion clear. 820.
Approach stop 820.
Dispatch B7714. Yeah, alright, looks like we got lights there now. I guess till 9:40. before the next scoot at the Val. It's about 20 minutes. Is there any way getting through there for that, or do we need to look at the next one? Let's go 9:55 by 10:05. Give you time to get up there.
At 2601 to the flagger at Texas Road, over. Road is providing for protection, both directions, okay, authorized speed, everybody in the clear, over. 3 feet over. Thank you, out.
CN detector, mile 39.8. Main 1 south found, no defects. Temperature 59F. Total axles 364. Speed 19. Detector out.
Control 1, westbound 1, forming ready and over. 2601, westbound 1, forming ready and over. Alright, thanks for the look. A little broken up, let's give it a try, over. Thanks. Hey, girl, man, 2601, Western Water Sands, first through full emergency, track filter number 8154, max speed, don't stop red board at 23.2, all men equipment clear, no stop. Call you before restarting at Lakewood Road, over. All men ready, was that a correct repeat, over? 2601, westbound 1, understands, bridge through from ready, track filter number 8154, max speed, don't stop red board 23.2, all men equipment clear, all the stops, one exception, give you a call before starting back up at Lakewood Road, over. 3 feet, 1 out.
604, approach on the South Deerfield West.
2601, over. Go ahead, over.
This is Foreman Redding. You were giving me a call back at the Deerfield Road, over.
Correct. No, Lake Cook, I said, over.
So, are you making a stop at Deerfield, over?
Yes, we are, over.
Alright, give me a call back after, you make your stop at Deerfield, over.
Okay, change the previous instructions. Okay on previous instructions with an exception. Now call you before departing Deerfield, over.
Is correct repeat 2601, over.
Next on a repeat, 01 out.
Copy that, 1.
601, Foreman ready and over. Copy that. 2601 understands. Okay on previous instructions. One exception. 20. 2 knot MPH at 24.8. Over. Repeat 01 up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he told me that he reached out to you guys. Yeah, so we have a broken rail camper at Mayfair on 2 Main, and the plan was for you guys to go east from 1 Grove East and shove back onto 1 Main
Frank. Higher ball, next speed, thank you.
2604 east on 2, crossing over to 1 in your limits. Calling Foreman Redding in charge of TV number 8154, over. Copy. 2604 east on 2, crossing over to 1. Understands we have permission to Foreman Redding's entire limits 8154. No need to stop the rear board 24.6. All men equipment in the clear. Maximum authorized speed with one exception. 2525 mph at 24.30. Was that correct? 20 mph, 20 mph at 24.37. Is that correct? Good repeat. 2604 out. Okay to highball. Thank you. 604 east on 1, calling Foreman Perez in charge of TV number 8157, over.
I'll be on the lookout. What traffic? What's up, this video over?
Barely, but we can give it a go.
2604 east on 1. Pressure to 4 Beacon 8157. Pressure to 11 minutes. We stop right side plus level 22.5. All medical speed at max rate. 85 meters to the medical band. Silver crossing over.
2604 east on 1, understands we have permission to Foreman Perez entire limits 8167. No need to stop at your rear board 22.5. All men equipment is clear. Maximum authorized speed, one exception, 35 mph, 35 mph at Shermer Road. Is that correct on the repeat, over?
2604, all section that repeat for Perez out.
Correct repeat, 2604 out, thank you.
CN detector, mile 28.6. Main 1 southbound.
Yeah, 35. 2604 east on 1, calling the flag is at Techney Road, over. Copy that, you'll have 2604 covered, thank you.
Radio Raymani. Remove your plug winner, please. Yes, sir.
CN detector, mile 28.6. Main 1 southbound, no defects. Temperature 61 F. Total axles 364. Speed 11. Detector out.
CPKC, I'm dispatcher 820 South, over.
Yeah, 2604, was looking for the signal at 820.
We got some problems going on here at Metra, so we're shoving Amtrak 332 back to 1 on Martin Grove, and then he's going to take off and go get a light on 1 going east, over.
Okay, copy that, waiting for Amtrak to just back. Thank you so much.
CPKC, I'm dispatcher.
copy that, Mark. Is something going on? I guess they have to fill back at one go and then go, and then we'll get the light. So for diversion, clear 1 and 2, Lisa.
CPKC, CNO dispatch, Metra 2604 over.
2604 responded.
We had a truck inspector there on number 2 main at Mayfair, Isaac Somerville. Once you get close and get that light from UP, reach out to him, and he's going to walk you guys over that broken wheel. He'll give you instructions over there.
You said once I get close to Boynton Grove, reach out to Somerville?
Mayfair, over.
Once I get close to Mayfair. Okay, thank you.
CPKC, CNO dispatch. Okay, CNO dispatch on a Bitsville Tower. West Morgan, be something track 1. Yep, wait for that light to come in over. Yeah, no problem. You guys get home safe over. Okay, CNO dispatch.
Juan Manuel. Dispatcher, 18 minutes away, Somerville, over. Northeast dispatcher, minutes away, Somerville, over. So talking with the CP dispatcher, he said that you were okay with giving his range instructions and you're going to walk him over from CP2 across the there, is that correct? Okay. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm not going to be able to give him a signal still, but I'll have to talk to you, give whatever instructions you need to give them to run, and then once they've done that, they'll call me, and I'll put the authority to pass in there so they can get by the control point if that works for you. Okay, I'll have them call you on this channel when they get up close. North, Xbox 3 proceeds from Mount Post 10030. Mark 42-89 is valid. Go ahead. Xbox 3 on Main Street. Box 3, okay, 0954, Indian Wadsworth, over. One track left, start eastbound. You'll have signal if you remove your signal. Okay, press.
Desk 11, over. 8957 South, go ahead, over. I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it earlier. Said going to the Higgins there, over. All right, the Higgins is off. The switch off. That's off main 1. Okay. I wasn't told anything different. I wasn't told anything at all, honestly. So just stick with what you were told when you departed, over. That is correct. Do you need a light there at junction 19, over? Okay, yeah, I don't work this part often, so I appreciate your help. Copy. Now, you see that light off main too, at junction 19 going towards CN Yard League, but I'll knock it down once I see you cross over. Alright, here we go.
Detector, milepost 22.5. Track 1, no defect. Total axle 866. Train speed 38 mph. Temperature 64 degrees. Detector out.
Yes, 4853, Foreman, ready and over. 4853, East, Foreman, ready and over. 4853, East, Foreman, ready and over.
Homewood, CN 8957, over.
Yes, 4853, over. Upward direction, 2 main crossing over, 1 main within your limits, Deerfield West over.
Alright, TM, I guess, just got back to me. Said you guys got there quicker than what he thought. He said no work, okay for you to pull it down to the office and tie it down. Okay.
Crossing over from 2 to 1. This is photo.
Track bulletin 81-48154. This is the KCS, Kingston on 4853, eastbound direction, crossing over 1 main, Deerfield West, permission to Form B limits, milepost 24.62, including 23.2. Then equipment is clear, maximum authorized speed, except one exception, milepost 24.720. All track over. Responding. 4853, understand, 2020 through the Deerfield West crossover. Then I'll track over. 20 over. Yes, 4853, Perez over.
Yes, 3907.
Dispatch over.
Dispatch, Metra 814, unable to get a hold of you on the phone and from the building, looking for permission or instructions for our move here at Waukegan, over.
Okay. 814 Waukegan, permission, main track number 2. Assume your schedule south.
All right, Metra 814 understands we have permission to come out of the yard on the main track 2 and resume our schedule south, over.
That's correct.
Thank you all. We do have permission. And Darren, have you gone back to the engine then? You got to knock off the handbrake, and you'll have to protect the shove when we shove back on main 2. Copy that.
Yes, 4853, yes, 4853 and 4853, eastbound, listen to the limit, crossing over 1-2 to the dump at 820. Yes, 4853, eastbound, 1-2 to the dump, listen to Form B limit,
Jeremiah, this is 404 then, correct? Yard track I'm sitting on is 404, correct?
East main track number 2 to Texas 36.8, no feedback. Person run out 140.
Track 2 when we get home. It is correct. 814 has permission and can proceed south on main 2. 4 understands all lined out from yard track 4 to main track 2. Derail is in the dirt. You're in the clear. A head when ready. Just let me know when you're in position. A14 conductor. Right, and handbrake knocked off. Shove, Jeremiah. Am I picking you up in a cab car?
Northeast dispatch, over. TCS 4853, what's your TCS number? 4 MSH BMJ 18, and you said not a key train southbound?
All correct.
Alright. Signal location is Shermer. Down to Deval hold signal. I'll call you back with a window from there. So.
814 understands. Brakeman's in the clear. Switches have been restored for normal operation. Main 2 to main 2 derail is restored to derailing position. Conductor's on the point to protect the shove. Shoving north. Start off with 20 cars 20, over. Go ahead. All right. In addition to the previous instructions, we're going to shove north 2 cars for a pickup. On the 814.
4, 1 car.
814, one more car. 14, that'll do.
39.8. Main 1 southbound, no defects. Temperature 63 F. Total axles 380. Speed 26. Detector out.
14, still good for 20 cars. About 15 for a spot. Understands. Still good to the north. Spot him up. Complete 814.
3907 south approach 590 main 10.
1110 1110. Brakeman got a copy. There was a note up here from MIC that the handbrake on 7810 is apparently out of service, and to use the handbrake on 6180 instead. Good, thanks.
3907 south, stop, Gill, main 10.
4 light, here we go.
Northeast dispatch, over.
Dispatch to UP 6905 north to verify trend point 33-20.
33-20, go ahead.
6905 north to 53
33-20 is a valid 1, over. That is correct. PTC on the first one, go ahead. Alright, that one shows released. What's the number? 9-33, go ahead.
We are cleared limits. Wadsworth, over. Indian. Released by Wadsworth.
Alright, no switches used. 9-33, EP6905, reported clear by Wadsworth at 1112 in DM.
33, reported clear, 1112, Indian Wadsworth, over.
That is correct. What's that?
Fine,
9375, he is not stop wait for us, last main 2. 146 out. Register.
Three copies ready, over.
CPKC, I'm dispatcher 146, over.
146, over.
Yeah, got you guys holding there. You got Metra 2603 coming up to 820, and then behind him, Amtrak 1333. And then I'm going to get 334 around you. So you'll be, sit tight, you'll be there for the next 45 minutes, over.
Stopped here for the next 45 minutes, getting Amtrak's and Metras around us.
That is correct, over. We're single tracking between Deerfield and 820, over.
Understood, over.
CPKC, I'm dispatcher.
Mayfair for Amtrak. Relocation tunnel for you.
Approach, stop Deerfield.
CPKC, I'm dispatcher, Metro 2608, over.
Go ahead.
Hey, when you get up to Mayfair there, reach out to Track Inspector Somerville. He's going to be walking you through. There's a broken rail, number 2 main at Mayfair, over.
All right, talk to Somerville at Mayfair. He's going to walk us through at Mayfair.
That's correct. Thank you, CBKC, I'm dispatcher.
Dispatcher, are you sneaking us by between our guy and Amtrak?
Do you guys think you can clear 820 before Amtrak gets up there, over?
Where they at?
Coming up to Morton Grove, over.
Your call.
You'll be holding for Amtrak, over.
Right. Put your feet up, Ricky. They still got to stop at Glenview, too.
Question 2603, 03, we are westbound on number 1 main.
603, up. 2603, over.
2603, answering, over.
You copy that transmission?
Negative. We're pulling into Lake Cook now.
Alright, 2603, got permission on my limit, max speed. No need to stop at the rear boards at 23.2. All main equipment and tier 1 exception. Can I get a call for a restart after you make your stop at Deerfield? Over.
2603 at 438154, max speed, stop 23.2. Airplane's in the clear. You want to call us back at Deerfield, over.
Evidently 2603 west on 1, ready now.
Alright, correct on the repeat, yeah. 14, departing Fort Sheridan.
Yeah, highball, Bob. We're stopped at Highland Park. Highball.
Sorry, 603 form ready, no? 2603 and 42 the remainder of 8154 on previous instructions. 7120, 2 knot mile an hour and 24.5, over. Alright, correct on the repeat, thank you. I'll be back to get you later, Sue. Bring snacks. Track 1333 west on 1, copy that radio.
07, over.
807, over.
Yeah, they're at Waukegan. Permission to cross 1 to 2, back Metra 816.
Hi, 807 at Waukegan. Permission to cross 1 to 2, return 816, over.
That is correct, over.
Alright, thanks, dispatcher. 807 out.
Ciao.
Thanks for the long drive. Red one at 20.3 on main track, number 1. We have one exception of 35 PA at Sherman Crossing. Amtrak 1333 calling the flaggers at Texas Road. Flaggers is supposed to take the road. Roger that. Is that okay to highball? Thanks. Amtrak 1333 westbound 1 calling ready home.
High rail, Ismail, high rail, westbound.
CN detector, mile 55.5. Northbound, no defects. Length of train 8783. Temperature 63F. Total axle 404. Speed 35. Detector out.
MPH at milestone 24.36 to 24.5, over.
Was that
do have one exception of 2020 MPH at 24.36.2.5. And everyone will be in the clear for moving westbound 1 for your limits. Over.
Correct, that's 24.5, and that's correct. Repeat 1333, westbound 1, ready now.
Roger, that's 24.5 for the corner.
Roger, round up.
Your way, Mikey. CN 31001, looking by the gang, marking the rear. Alright, sounds good, baby.
Gonna have an ADA. Way to OTC.
608 east on 2, forming ready, and over.
2608.
Should be getting their signal shortly here. I'll look for permission. Be going 2 to 1 here at Deerfield.
Alright, give me 1 second. 2608. Oh, okay to highball 1333.
Roger that. Okay to highball for 1333.
Alright, 2608. East on 2, crossing over to 1. This is former radar in charge CB, 8154. Got permission on limits, max speed. No need to stop at the rear boards at 24.6. All main equipment in the clear, 1 exception. Can I get a 2020 MPH at the crossover? Over.
Have it at 2608 understands. East on 2, 2 to 1 at Deerfield. Permission through. Forming ready, strike with number 8154, max speed. No stop right board at 24.6. All main equipment in the clear, no other stops. 1 exception. 22 knot MPH. Through the crossovers at Deerfield. Over.
That's a good repeat, 2608, 2 to 1, east, right and out.
Correct on the repeat for 08, thank you. It's Virgin clear.
Here, 35.8. No defects, 36.8. Closing down back to 40. Coming into the approach here, Abbott, main 2.
Let's see.
Over.
Amtrak 334 answering, over.
You might come to a stop there at round out. I'm going to cross you over 2 to 1 at round out. Over.
Roger that. We're crossing over 2 to 1 round out. Thanks for the heads up, dispatcher. Over.
No problem. CPKC and I'm dispatcher out.
336, we're going to be crossing over 2 to 1 here at round out. Over. And
That's you at Lake Forest. Oh no, you're good to go through Lake Forest. We're already through.
Alright.
No problem.
CPKC and I'm dispatcher and track 334 over.
Contact 334 answering, over.
Forgot to let you know you'll be going 1 main there at Glenview. Over.
Roger, 1 main there at Deerfield. We're going to be crossing over at 820 then, over.
No, you'll be staying on 1 from roundout all the way to A5. Over.
Roger that. Amtrak 334 understands. We're going to be on main track 1 all the way to A5. Thank you, dispatcher, for the heads up. Over.
No problem. CPKC and I'm dispatcher.
Okay, right to the rear.
Mile 0.8. Main 1 northbound.
Be on track 1 for Glenview. That is correct.
148, good complete over.
Thanks.
So 55, no insurance. 608 eastbound 1, Foreman Perez, over.
CN Detector, 555. Sound.
Yeah, eastbound 1, going over. Come on, eastbound 1.
Okay, roger that. Thanks for the heads up. Give the rest of the trip. Give Mike and give Eric and Kurt, hello from me.
Roger. You guys have a good rest of your day as well, over.
Roger. I was going to say something else, but I thought better not.
Foreman Perez, I got none of that. Nothing but static. It still sounds bad. Let's give it another try.
Beacon 8157. Pursuit of the limits, loading stop. Left side post of outpost 22.5, 90 from Beacon.
Copy that, 2608 eastbound 1, understands permission through, form for sharp for 8167, max speed, we'll start airport at 22.5. All main equipment clear, no other stops, one exception, 3535 mph, main equipment at Shermer, over.
2608, all clear, now repeat, form Perez out.
Correct repeat, 08 out.
3-4 diversion clear. Here we go.
CN Detector, mile 39.8. Main 1 north, found, no defects. Temperature 57F. Total axles 404. Speed 23. Detector out.
But there was a blow at Mayfair on the main side too. That's why we're getting rerouted. And then how many are you expecting at Glenview, over?
Good indicator, we have permission.
CN Detector, mile 55.5. Southbound, no defects. Length of train 4F. Total axles 380. Speed 26. Detector out.
Flagger, text me, over. Just making sure you guys are in position. Okay for max speed. Over. Text me, roll over. Copy that. Text me protected both ways. Good for maximum authorized speed. Thank you. Over.
7375 East Main 2 approach. 25.8, prepare to stop at Deerfield. Alright, all lined up, you're in the clear.
At 334, east on 1, Foreman Redding, over.
Dispatcher, UP Somerville, over.
07, start off point protecting. Number 5, main 1, main 2, back 3030.
Alright, conductor on the point, line 1 to 2, back 30.
Amtrak 1334, east on 1, is former red in charge of CP. 8154. We got permission to mount limits, max speed. No need to stop at the red boards at 24.6. All men and equipment in the clear. One exception. Can I get a 20 MPH from milepost 24.5 to 24.36? Over.
Roger, Foreman Reading, we're Amtrak 334. Is that okay on Stockton Silver?
Yes, 334, over.
Roger, Amtrak 334, East on 1, understands your Foreman Reading's authorities, receiving number 8154. Maximum authorized speed applies limits to that Form B. Stop at the red light located at milepost 24.6. We have one exception. 25 miles per hour at milepost 24.5 milepost. I didn't get the second one, over.
That is a 20 MPH from milepost 24.5 to 24.36, over.
Roger, 20 miles per hour, between milepost 24.5 to 24.36.
That's a good repeat, 334, East on 1, ready now.
Correct, over. Roger, Amtrak 334, okay to highball here on main track 1. Thank you. Talk to you guys later. 334 out. Amtrak 334, East on 1, calling Foreman Perez. Over. Amtrak 334, East on 1. Over. Roger, I copy. Over. Roger, Amtrak 334, East on 1, understand your Foreman Perez authorities, receiving number 8157. Maximum authorized speed applies limits to that Form B. No need to stop at the red flag located at milepost 22.5. We have one exception, 35 miles per hour when passing men and equipment at Shermer Road. Is that correct, over? Roger, 334, East on 1, correctly repeated, 334 out. Calling the Tigers at Disney Road, milepost 20.34. Roger, Amtrak 334, East on 1, understand Tigers at place at Disney Road, 20.34. No corrections, no tracks, good for maximum authorized speed. Is that correct, over? Roger, thank you. Amtrak 334 out.
9375 East, Foreman Reading. CP 9375 East, Foreman Reading, over. The CP Canadian Pacific 9375 East, like authorities to reform B, over. 9375, 9375, over.
Car that was good, Jeremiah?
9375, yeah. CP 9375 East has authority to reform B number 8154. Maximum authorized speed without stopping at the red flag, milepost 24.6. With the exception of 20 MPH through the crossovers here, 2-1 at Deerfield. With men and equipment in the clear, is that correct, over? Speed for the CP 9375 East, out.
What time do you have?
The people not paying attention.
Speed 9375 East, Foreman Perez, over. 9375 East. CP 9375 East, Foreman Perez, over. CP 9375 East, Foreman Perez, over. Copy, CP 9375 East, over.
CP 9375 East. Foreman Gomez, Contact with Perez. Charge at CPN 8157. After 2 minutes, next authorized speed. Only stop on the road flag will get 22.5. Next authorized speed with one exception, please. 35 98 over Sugar Road, over.
Okay. All right, Foreman Gomez in contact with Foreman Perez gives CP 9375 East authority through form read number 8157. Maximum authorized speed without stopping at milepost 22.5, and we will be going 1 main, crossing over there at 820 on to the dump. Over.
Roger, 1 main and 2. Max speed for CP 9375, over.
Right, max speed crossing over 1 to 2 there at 820. Everybody's in the clear, correct? Over.
Correct, over.
3 P's for the CP 9375 East, out.
You for that one, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't get the warrant number. Give that to me from the beginning one more time.
CP 9375 East, Blakers at 2A, over. Okay, crossing will be protected both directions. I didn't know if we needed to talk to you or not, seeing we're going on the Sherman cutoff. Both directions.
Which we should use on this one? We're going to cross over there as well.
RTC, that's 11 Homewood, over.
So you're at so 3, we'll kind of see how you're doing at Butler with the work. Either way, they'll send you probably through, and we might either chase you down or catch out of Adams if we need to, so we'll kind of keep an eye on the time here.
Lead over. Goes well, thank you.
Speed 9375, what's your TCS over?
TCS for 4009 coming up to Sherman.
ISH BMJ 18, not a key train, southbound, over. See location Shermer. I'll talk to you closer to the valve for a window to get through there.
That Shermer, you'll talk to us again for
CPKC, CNN dispatcher 820 Tower.
TX11, dispatch.
TX11, go ahead, over.
Like to verify DOB 705185, over.
05185 is a good deal.
705185, good DOB. We're at the Sarah Lee sighting. Would like to come out the east end here at Deerfield and southwest to Deerfield, cross over Deerfield, and get into track 2 into Perez's out of service limits there, over.
So you're looking to come out the east end of Sarah Lee sighting and shove west down to Deerfield on Main 2, and then proceed east into the out of service, over.
That is correct, over.
Understood. I got a break going through there now, and then once he clears, I can get you some signals, over.
Copy that. Standing by. Let us know when we can come out of there the second, over.
That's correct. And you're more than or less than 12 axles, over.
Negative. We're a total of 36 axles, over.
Understood. No block applied. All right, we'll get you signals after this break clears, over.
Copy that. Standing by. Thank you. Somerville, over.
For a bit. I can do it. I'm a man. No.
Gotcha.
That's on the SCP 9375 south of it. Keep your rolling for the valve, signal location all the way through.